So you had a friend that did the Appalachian Trail?
Yeah, I had a friend who did it. It's the longest trail in the world.
Yeah.
Are you?
It's the only scenic trail in America.
Are you? Well, actually, I'm on the American Discovery Trail.
Kind of like the Appalachian Trail.
Well, it's different though. It's a different thing.
I've seen some people coming right by here.
It goes along the Appalachian Trail.
Yeah. These grapes are good.
Well, no, it's not part of the Appalachian.
Well, no, but my buddy did it.
Across the mountains, great divide, ain't no other cars inside. Driving on till the morning light. Baby, sit right by my side, let your easy rider drive. Driving on till the morning light. Well, I knew you were the one, saw you smiling in the sun. Always in my heart, you're on my mind. Well, I'm your man, come be my girl, let's travel through this world. Driving on.
Hi, my name is Eva. This is a home video about a month-long trip on the American Discovery Trail. I hope that others will use this as inspiration for their own projects, which would be more in-depth, and this one is a lighthearted, good time.
How long have you been going?
Thank you for stopping by. The American Discovery Trail. 6,800 miles from Cape Henlopen, Delaware to Point Reyes, California.
He's gonna be my neighbor, dude. Tuesday, I'll be my neighbor.
The trail splits at Elizabethtown, Ohio. Northern route, southern route, meet back in Denver. Single track, all the way to Point Reyes. This shows who is actually on the trail right now. We have
In fact, I walk
8 or 9 people hiking and a couple that are riding horseback from west to east. We also have people that bicycle the trail. I don't know what else to say.
The Parkersburg, West Virginia News and Sentinel interviewed us. So I'm not going to tell you exactly the little languagey moments in the article that I would have written differently, because I didn't write it. Group Walking for God. Also promoting less dependence on automobiles. By Jess Mancini. Jeff and Kristen Vandegrift of Norman, Oklahoma, husband and wife, are walking the American Discovery Trail and stopped in Parkersburg, where they joined with Eva Damrosch of New York City. Hitting the road, Vandegrift and his wife were musicians and music teachers. They sold everything they owned prior to leaving, Ms. Vandegrift said. God just called upon us to walk across the country, she said. They left Cape Henlopen on the Delaware coast on June 4th, averaging about 10 miles a day, horses, and public transportation, thereby lessening the dependence on oil and the political influences. Not enough is being spent to develop alternative methods, Damrosch said. I'd like to live that ideal by walking it, Damrosch said.
Oh, cool sticker!
Well, thanks. I'm so glad you brought that up. This sticker is for the North Country Trail. It's a national scenic trail that's over 4,000 miles. North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania.
So the Buckeye Trail was formed in 1959 by several founders, including Grandma Gatewood. And so it's just over 50 years old and is now 1,440 miles around the state of Ohio. Well, the North Country Trail Association was formed in 1981, and the North Country Trail is 4,600 miles long from New York to North Dakota.
Great.
Challenge to finish the trail. The Buckeye and the North Country Trail rely on the landowner, and in most cases in the state of Ohio we have handshake agreements with landowners, private landowners, or we're thankful to go through public. Buying buying land and purchasing land is just one tool in actually protecting the land, and that's not always the best, especially in the private lands of southern Ohio or Pennsylvania. But there are other ways. Conservation easements protect land, the rights to land, the rights to develop land. They can be termed and changed into working forest easements so that landowners retain their rights to do the things on their land that they want to do, getting selective logging or firewood or other recreation uses that are okay with another proposed use, in our case a hiking trail, that it's managed for the hiking trail's aesthetics and beauty and ecology, etc. Can still be done in private hands. We can also purchase easements specifically for trail and a trail corridor, so it does not have the whole piece of property on there. There are lots of other legal ways that people can protect their land without, say, having to sell it to, say, the public. Might be a non-profit organization like the Buckeye Trail or North Country Trail, or a public agency like Wayne National Forest or something like that. So there are other ways. Buckeye Trail's got 3 examples of different ways to protect land, and one is the most recent, where we used the Clean Ohio Fund grant to purchase 200 acres of land from a logging company in Benton County, in between Hocking Hills and Tar Hollow State Forests. A second example is a couple who wanted to preserve the land and found the Buckeye Trail Association. Buckeye Trail is the closest public or nonprofit agency that they could deed their land to, under the idea that it would be more managed as a nature preserve, which is fine for us, as far as we're still allowed to build a hiking trail through. And the third example is near Serpent Mound in Adams County. There was a small parcel for sale that could extend our trail from Serpent Mound out to a road. So we purchased the property and changed the deed, put deed restrictions on that allow the trail to be there permanently, and then resold the property back to the private sector to a local farmer who continues to farm it for hay, as it always has been. So we recoup some of our costs from that, and it remains back in private land, and the trail is also protected. So there are more. So you guys are going to be hiking pretty soon in Hocking Hills State Park, and you're going to be on the Grandma Gatewood Trail, which is the Buckeye Trail, the North Country Trail, and American Discovery Trail. And it is one of the very first portions of the Buckeye Trail that was built by Grandma Gatewood, and it's 6 miles from Hocking Hills, or Old Man's Cave, to Ash Cave. It's beautiful with the cliffs and the gorges and the waterfalls and everything else. And Grandma Gatewood was the first woman to thru-hike the Appalachian Trail at the age of 72, I believe. I could get my ages wrong, maybe 67. After having 10 kids, growing up on a farm in Gallia County, hiked the Appalachian Trail a couple times with just sneakers. And I'm Andrew Bashaw, and I'm the Regional Trail Coordinator for Ohio and Pennsylvania of the North Country Trail Association, and I'm the Buckeye Trail Association's Executive Director.
To quote from the brochure here, "The story of the North Country Trail has only begun to be written. It is being written by dedicated public officials, citizen volunteers, and private landowners, captivated by the vision of the trail and the many experiences it will offer to those who follow that story by becoming involved as a volunteer, joining in the effort to build, promote, and maintain sections of the trail. Several major trail organizations assist the National Park Service and other public land managing agencies in developing, protecting, and maintaining the North Country National Scenic